David McKay, and I'm directing the play, The Government Inspector. Approaching this play, the first thing you have to recognize is that it's a satirical farce. Playing that genre of what it's satirizing, and basically I think as Canadians that sense of bureaucracy, and anytime we have to deal with the government and getting in line, there's a sense that, you know, is the government, are they the most efficient at what they're doing? So that's the satire, and I think that's been around for centuries, since Gogol wrote the play, and that's what makes it still relevant today. It's a manic play about mistaken identity. Hlestakov is mistaken as the government inspector, and he is just thinking this is a great town that is really treating him to a high lifestyle. So it's a win-win situation for him. But I think also what I particularly like about farce is that it taps into sort of real basic human emotions. It's kind of a cathartic experience for the audience to bear witness to that.
I'm Tim W. Carlson, and I'm playing Hlestakov, he's a traveler. He's a government clerk from Saratov who's gone on this sort of fanciful trip, and he ends up in this town where he's mistaken for the government inspector.
I am Stephanie Isaac, and I am playing Anna Andreevna, and she is the wife of the well-to-do mayor of this little Russian town. Tim's character is new to the town, and this is, I mean, the show is set in Russia, in Imperial Russia, so there weren't a whole lot of visitors to this town, so this is a big deal, and my character is a bit of a go-getter in terms of where she wants her life to go, and she sees Tim's character as an opportunity to get out of the town and as an opportunity to flex her feminine wiles, and she does.
My character sees Steph's character as sort of a cougar who's just coming at me full force, and Hlestakov kind of navigates through that in the show.
I think there's a mutual attraction.
All right.
I think it's pretty strong.
My name is Joel Workinen, and I will be playing the mayor in The Government Inspector. The mayor, you know, it's always so great, you know, you always say, you know, you always got to find something you love about the character, and I love this character because he's so horrible. He's a horrible, horrible man, you know, just this narcissist and just greedy, and everything is about him and his own world, and that is always so much fun to play. You know, this part is just such a gift. The Jane Hayman Fund for Creative Collaboration. It's a brilliant idea to give the students the opportunity to see what it's like to work with a professional who's been out there in the world for a while, and these students who are now at this point in the program kind of at the zenith of their training as they're about to embark into the real world. I think it's interesting for them to see a professional working with them and how they work and what their process is. And as much as they can see that, especially in the rehearsal room, because that's where everything comes together. So this fund is great. I think it's really important, you know, for any theater training school, for there to be that give and take between the professionals and the students, yeah.
My name is Mata Gottler. I'm the costume designer for The Government Inspector. It's always different with David McKay, and I've worked with David a lot of times. So what I love is research. So for me, the joy of it is working with a director who's so prepared and so willing to go on these journeys with you visually, because he's got his ideas for how he wants to present it, and then he gives you a rough plot, and then he leaves you alone to work with him to create the actual visual statement for it. It's the 1830s, so what it means in Russia is that a lot of the clothes will be a little bit larger than real life anyway. The flavor of the Russian personality, when you look at their clothing, was very flamboyant, very almost excessive to the rest of European eyes. So it already has that kind of exuberance and scale that is going to match up beautifully with the farce that this play is. So without even trying very hard, one can go into a world that is going to explore some of the excesses in the clothing that are going to fit in with the excesses of the personalities of the characters that are involved. So that was just a perfect fit, absolutely perfect. I've actually been here 18 years, so I've done that many shows. And the reason I keep coming back and keep coming back is that I really love and appreciate the atmosphere here. I love positive attitude. I love the energy. I love the respect here. I love the way the students just want to learn from you. And I love teaching here because it makes me question some of the things I do in my need to present it accurately. I always learn a lot when I come here from my own students. So for me, this is just a really, really exciting place to work. My Slavic roots, which connect to this play, are such that whenever we're laughing and having a great time, it's usually a layer on top of the fact that there's something serious going on underneath. That kind of extreme response in the Russian sensibility or the Slavic sensibilities, that you go to the highs and the lows of life. And while a lot of very, very funny and amusing and strange things happen, there's a lot of really, really serious things that are being said as well in this play about how people will take advantage of situations and other people to get what they want. So hopefully people will walk out of the theater chuckling, but then stopping as they continue to discuss the piece in the car, on the way home, at home, afterwards.